The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's going on, everybody? TGIF, baby. Got my red shirt on today like Tiger Woods on a Sunday, baby. We closing this week out, baby. We closing this week out, this trading week. We're up. We're at it. We're doing the thing. Yo. Gonna get interesting, baby. Gonna get interesting pretty soon. So I just ask you guys to go ahead and hit that like button and hit that share button on your way in. Whether you're on YouTube, X, or TikTok, smash the share button as well, guys. You guys, that's the one thing that we're kind of lacking on right now is that share. Hit that share button. Get that thing out there, man, on X and YouTube and TikTok. If you're over there on TikTok, man, just keep hitting that like button. Keep tapping that screen. Get the likes up over there. Let's get on. Let's get out in the old algorithm for everybody to know that we're up in here, man. Just keep tapping that like button over there. Yo, but it's Friday, baby. Got my red shirt on. It's closing time, baby. We're closing the week out. We're going to look at this market. We're going to do what we got to do. Going to, get after it, man. We're going to get after it. Some good news, some bad news, some news in the middle. But, yo, the markets are the markets. Keep tapping that like screen as you guys are rolling into TikTok. I see you guys rolling in there. Just keep tapping that like screen. Just keep tap. Let's get the likes up. Let's get it on the For You page over there. Let's keep tapping these like buttons over here on YouTube and X as well. Let's share this thing out. Let's get this thing out. We are it's Friday, baby. It's Friday. Let's go. It's Friday. Like I said, it's closing time. Good morning, everybody up in here. My man Selmo's up in here. Yo, Selmo, I agree, man. I don't think we're at the bottom yet. I don't think we found the bottom. My man Elmo's up in the building today. Welcome back, Elmo. My man 50 grand's over there, giving his money back to the market. What's going on, man? What's going on? He hasn't been in the stream for a while, so that means he's been giving his money back to the market. My man Elmo, he must have invested in pie, baby. What's going on, Heat TGIF, baby? How are you, man? How you been, man? My man Michael's in the building. Michael, good morning. Happy Friday to you, man. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good, man. My man Heat. Yo, I was going through some comments yesterday. I was cleaning up my YouTube. I see you commenting over there, man. Appreciate you, brother, man. Appreciate you. For the Elgo. Yeah, got to do it for the Elgo. Got to do it for the Elgo. Get the Elgo. My man Ken, good morning, good early afternoon to you, my brother. How are you? How are you? I hope you're doing good, man. My guy, yo, Elmo's up in the chat today, baby. That means we got a house. Good morning to everybody over there on TikTok, man. Loving you guys right now. Keep smashing that screen. Keep smashing that like screen. Welcome to everybody in the chat over there. We're going to get into this market on the Friday. Red shirt on. That means it's closing time. That means it's closing day. We're going to see what we got going on over here. We're playing Tiger Woods today. Share the live out, man. Share the live out. Let's go. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get into this thing, man. My man Ken's in the building, man, sitting there on his lunch break doing his thing, man. Come on, Ken. Pump these markets, baby. Pump these markets, man. Put that money back in the markets, man. Mandami in New York, yo. Yeah, I know, man. Rest in peace, New York City. Rest in peace, brother. It's gonna take you years to recover from this mess. But yeah, that's either here nor there. That's not what we're streaming about, not right now. But yo, rest in peace, NYC. Uh, you're gonna have no millionaires and no billionaires left. They all Florida, Texas, South Carolina. Yep. New home for everybody. New home for everybody coming out of New York City. All the millionaires and billionaires coming up out of New York. Yep. Welcome to Florida. You know, welcome to Florida. Welcome to North Carolina. I mean South Carolina. Welcome Florida. Welcome South Carolina. Welcome Texas, man. Ken says NYC. NYC is about to. Yeah. Good luck, man. Rest in peace, NYC. I won't be going there for a while. Yo, what's up, the junior, man? The junior's in the building. What's up? What's good with you? Keep tapping that screen. Share this thing out, baby. Keep tapping that screen over there on TikTok. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody wants the millionaires and the billionaires to pay their bills, but you know, the millionaires and the billionaires pay 40% of the taxes in New York City. So I don't know. I don't know how much more they want from them, you know, but whatever. Government ran grocery stores. Government shut down last time I checked. Yeah, government run grocery stores, man. You motherfuckers might be hungry over there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is what it is, man. Yeah. Good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck, man. You guys know I'm from New York, but I don't live in New York City, so I don't have that problem. He ain't my mayor, so good luck. Good luck, y'all. Good luck. Tap that like screen over there on TikTok, baby. Tap, 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 tap. We're getting in the market. Let's go. Let's go. Let's share this screen. Let's get in the market. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's good in the hood over here, baby. Woo! Let's go. The Asian markets, red, traded like crap last night. Ken's over there taking all the money out of the European markets, man. He is over there just taking all of the cash out of the European markets. Ken, come on, baby. Quit sinking the markets, baby. They look like trash right now, man. They're all sitting in red, man. The European markets are trash. Come on, Ken. You got to quit taking that money, man. And then we got the pre-markets over here in the United States where my man Elmo got quiet on us for a minute. So that means he's just over there drawing down on the NVIDIA, drawing down on the circle, drawing down on everything else, man. Come on, man. Quit selling off on the market, baby. Nah, markets are all in red. The United States pre-markets are damn sure in red. They're falling back today. only trying to kickstart it. Can you kickstart the market over there in Europe, man? Oh man, I don't know, brother, man. If that's your kickstart, man, you need a new kickstand, baby. You need a new kickstand. The market will not recover. Will not recover. The market will not recover until after November. Yo, December's usually notorious a down market. So if it doesn't recover in November, you're gonna go further down in December. So that's the problem. November 22nd. I know everybody's banking on that ISO November 22nd, but listen, man, ISO, you're not gonna get one day where it just kicks in and kicks prices up. Everybody's gonna front run that day, right? Everybody's gonna front run that day. So, everybody's going November 22nd. ISO's going to roll out, and all your tokens are going to the moon. No, that's already priced into the market, man. The markets are forward looking, for at least 6 months, right? So, and that's why when Powell came out and said that we may not get a rate cut in December, everybody had to go back to the markets and take the money out that they had priced in for the December rate cut. So, the markets are forward looking. So, whatever's going to happen on November 22nd is already priced into the market. what they believe is going to happen on November 22nd is already priced into the market. So it's already in. That's already set, and we'll see. Well, we'll see what happens on November 22nd. My assumption is November 22nd. We'll be sitting here talking about the same price action as we were talking about on November 21st. It'll be a slow grind up. It's not going to be a one day hit and go. So yeah, ISO is going to roll out, but it's not going to be a boom on November 22nd. So yeah, we got the stocks falling back today for a losing week. Definitely not a good situation in the stock market right now. Got Nvidia sitting at $188 right now. Definitely coming down. Tesla stocks coming down. 445. They got a lot of money that they got to pay Elon now, so they're gonna take it. They got to take it from somewhere, and that just means that they'll probably be selling on your head. They'll be probably selling on your head. Elon's about to become a trillionaire if he hits all his goals with this new salary package that they passed for him yesterday. I ain't mad at the dude, man. If you can make your money, man. At the end of the day, there's a free market, free economy. You pay your CEO what you think they're worth, and if you think Elon's worth $1 trillion, you pay him $1 trillion. You know what I mean? So that's that. Welcome to the free economy, man. Welcome to the free economy. So I do want to, when you look at this market, though, the problem here is, this market, something's going to break. Something's going to break here. And what do you say, Selma? If that Clarity Act is signed, oh, you guys, this moved on me. Hold on. Yeah, we need that Clarity Act to be signed. You need the Clarity Act to be signed. You need that thing put into law. The problem right now is that nothing's being moved. Nothing's being moved in Congress right now. They keep saying that they're making progress on the Clarity Act, but really nothing's being done. Everything's just kind of talking points at this point. And it's not done until it's done, right? And that's the one thing about politics. It's not done until it's done. And we need that. You need that Clarity Act. You need some rails. But the problem with that Clarity Act is it's not even a problem. It's actually a good thing because I think that the cryptocurrency market, from a project standpoint, needs a haircut. Anyways, there's too many projects. There's too many blockchains. There's just too many projects, right? So our liquidity spread way too thin for the market cap that we have. So it needs a haircut anyways. So, but I think the Clarity Act will give some of these projects a haircut. And not all of them will be able to pass the smell test, and not all of them will end up being here. So one of the biggest things in the Clarity Act, if you actually read it, is in order for you to be considered a commodity, you have to be doxxed. So just go back and you think about the majority of their projects right now that don't have doxed devs. Well, they're going to be securities. They're not going to be commodities. And good luck trying to meet them regulations. If you're not doxing yourself to be a commodity, you damn sure ain't going to make it to be a security. So, good luck. Hit that like button, y'all. Tap that screen over there on TikTok. Hit that like button over here. Let's go. So, the Clarity Act's going to be good because it's going to give everybody all these projects clarity on what they can do, what they can't do, where they land from a securities or commodity standpoint. Are you collectibles? Are you tradables? Are you a commodity? Are you a security? What can you do? What do you need to have? What don't you need to have? So it's going to be good. It's going to set up some regulations, but there's going to be some downfall to that as well. Not all these projects are going to make it, and unfortunately, I actually think it's a good thing, to tell you the truth. Like I said, I think cryptocurrency liquidity spread way too thin. They need a haircut. You see, Fidelity came out, and in 2026, they're going to start setting up their own cryptocurrency exchange. No, Franklin Templeton, my bad. Franklin Templeton, $3 trillion company, going to start setting up their own cryptocurrency exchange for their people. They're not doing that by accident. They know that a lot of these exchanges probably won't make it. So they're going to take advantage of the situation. And obviously, they know something we don't know here in the United States because they're behind the scenes. So, when people start putting rails up like that, then you already know kind of what's coming. So we shall see, baby. We shall see. I hope you guys tuned into a little bit of the Chainlink conference. The past couple of days, it's over now, because they kind of gave you an insight of where the cryptocurrency market is headed, baby, and where this liquidity is coming from, and how they're going to start, how liquidity is going to start getting injected into the John. What's going on, man? What's going on? And how this how cryptocurrencies, the market's going to start seeing some liquidity. The liquidity is obviously going to come from stable coins and real world tokenized assets, right? We knew that. We talk about that all the time. It's not, so pay attention to what the big money's telling you. Pay attention to what the big money's telling you. Don't try to front run the market, y'all. But yeah, that Clarity Act, it's going to be good. It's going to be good for some people. It's going to be bad for other people. I think it's going to be good for the market. It's going to be good. But yeah, I like what we got going on. Let's get into the cryptocurrency market right now. You got the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 21 right now, and not good. In fear. Let's call it what it is. It's in fear. It's not good. It's it's pulled back. It's not the best. Tim Shea is in the building. What's going on? As my man Tim Shea would say, hey. What's going on? But yo, we got the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 20, 21. Definitely in fear. Not doing well at all. Yep, that's right where we should be when we get down to the market cap. We should be in fear. We got the altcoin season sitting at 21 out of 100, absolutely taking a shit dive. Anybody sitting around waiting for altcoin season to come, and anybody that says altcoin season is coming in, early, late to November, December, you tell me where your math is at, because right now you're 21 out of 100. Where's your math? Don't the math ain't mathing. There's a lot of shit out here in the world that ain't working, and that's one of them. Some people's math, their calculator's broke. So there you go. Calculator's broke, baby. Keep tapping that screen over there with TikTok. Let's go. Tap, 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 tap. My man Tim Shea is in the building, so that means that we are up. We're at it. That means that the market is booming this morning when Tim Shea's up this early. You got the cryptocurrency market cap sitting at 3.34 trillion, a far cry away from the 4 trillion that we need in order to even see some life up in this joint. But so we're sitting at $3.4 trillion right now, and definitely on the downhill slide. So we'll see. The bottom's not set. I'm telling you guys right now, the bottom's not in. You got the ETF inflows and outflows right now. We had a positive $242 million inflow yesterday. Most of that going into the Bitcoin ETF. The Ethereum ETF seeing so little inflows that they don't even show up on the chart. So that's kind of where we are right now. Scottish is in the building. What's going on, Scottish? How are you, man? Good morning, man. Yeah, Zek is sending. Zek is absolutely sending, and we'll get into that stuff in a minute. I'll give you guys my take on why these privacy protocols are sending, and why Filecoin's sending as well. A blast from the past. Yeah, that's right. A blast from the past. Filecoin is sending. Zek is sending. These privacy protocols are sending, and they're sending for a reason. It's not. It's not by accident. We got Bitcoin. We got the Bitcoin dominant sitting at 59.8%, and the Ethereum dominant sitting at a whopping 11.7%. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And the rest of the altcoin season sitting, and the rest of the altcoin sitting at 28.5%, which means all of your money is tied up in Bitcoin right now, guys. We're still definitely in Bitcoin season. We'll probably hang out here for a little while. We got the open longs and shorts, the perpetual sitting at $859.65 billion, sitting out there waiting to be liquidated, baby. Let's see where the liquidation map is at today. Where's Bitcoin headed today? Because we know wherever this liquidation map sits and the big liquidations are at, that's where they're headed. That's where Bitcoin's headed, because these market makers will go up here and grab these people that are sitting on 50 and 100x liquidity and just have their money just parked in the market, just sitting here waiting to be liquidated. Where's Binance at right now? We got a big liquidation level sitting at 102,000, about 102.5 big liquidation level sitting up there. Over there on Binance right now, it looks like people that are sitting on 50x leverage on Bitcoin, about 527K, and people that are sitting on 100x leverage, about 8.5 mil. 8.5 milli, baby, if they just go up there and liquidate that. So, whoo, baby, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money sitting up there waiting to be liquidated. How you looked? I looked at XCL, Tim. The project's doing well. Not anything that I'm going to invest my money in. That project looks eerily similar to something else that I was invested in, and it didn't end well. 98.3K, 98.3K next today. I reckon we could be coming up underneath 100K Bitcoin today. But I think they're gonna pump up. They're gonna pump up, and they're gonna wreck these guys up here. They'll wreck these guys up there, and then they'll probably push it back down. You'll get that Friday pump, and then you'll get that Friday pullback, right? You'll get that Friday pullback. And leverage in this market. Listen, guys, here. Oh, you think so? I got you. Yeah, just similar. And the pullback that happened with XCL when it was first launched, that's not a good look. That's not a good look, man. I mean, there was a lot of dumping going on. I mean, I know it ran up 20x, and I always tell people take your profit, but the way that thing came down on Tim. There's a lot more going on there than that. There was a lot of big wallets dumping on people's head, man. But yeah, go ahead and hit that like button, man. Hit that share button. But I do, Tim, I will say I am impressed with how well they're holding up. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you're getting in now, or not even now, but if you got in just like a couple weeks ago, you're sitting pretty good. I just encourage everybody to take their profits. I don't care what project you're in. Just take your profits, man. Don't hold and wait because everybody says that you're going on centralized exchanges and stuff like that. Take your profits on the way up. Come down hard. Yeah, that thing looked like an absolute rug when it came down. But yeah, I just say take your profits, man. Yeah, but that's the problem, Tim. There's always a great community when things like that happen. I mean, that when that thing came down, oh boy, it was ugly. It was ugly, Tim. And that wasn't the community members bringing that thing down. There was too much. There was too much. There was too many big sales going on. You had to have a lot of tokens to dump that thing like that. So you know that wasn't your average community member selling off on that chart. That was some pretty hefty dumps over there. So maybe them people are gone now, and the project's ready to run and take off. And I wish nothing but the best for the people that are in it. I just say take your profits. Do you remember the starting price? Yeah, 0.01. Yeah, it was like a penny, something like that. So I mean, people were up like 20x, at one point. So I mean, I understand profit taking, but that was a little bit more than profit taking. Smash the like button, you guys. We're a little behind on TikTok likes over there, so keep tapping that screen, and let's get after it. So what we got going on over here? Oh, I want to get to a little bit of news. So we talk about leverage, and I had a question the other day, and somebody asked me, "Well, Danny, why do you always talk about leverage? A lot of your people are holders, right? A lot of your people are holders. We don't trade leverage. Why do you talk about leverage? Well, because that's where the market makers are always going to take the price, right? The market makers will always take the price up to liquidate people and then drop it back down to liquidate more people. So it kind of lets you know where the price is going. And there's more leverage in this market right now, in the cryptocurrency market, than there's ever been. Your market cap's not sitting at $3 trillion without the amount of leverage that's sitting in the market, right? Which should give people a sign of pause, right? Because that means not a lot of people are spot holding. Not a lot of people are taking their crypto spot holding like they used to. Most people are trading on leverage. Most people are, in this market for leverage, and you don't see this type of leverage on the stock market. There's a reason why you don't see this type of leverage on the stock market, is because this type of leverage on the stock market is dangerous, right? And it's dangerous in the cryptocurrency market too. I mean, we just went over the 50x's and the 100x's. You don't see that type of leverage on the stock market because it's dangerous, because you get these liquidity pools like you got the other day and that we're going through right now. Because Binance, I'm telling you right now, is selling the shit out of crypto. Yeah, I mean, Binance is literally dumping crypto right now. They are dumping huge amounts of money on the market right now. And one of the reasons, my assumption is one of the reasons that they're dumping all of this money on the market is because people are talking about suing them from that big liquidity pool that happened a couple weeks ago, where their stop losses didn't trigger and all that stuff. So they're going to have to pay these people out, either one, in court, or two, to keep them quiet. But they're gonna have to pay these big market makers out, because they sunk a couple market makers. Literally, they bankrupted a couple market makers. So these guys aren't happy, and these guys got money, and but Binance has been selling the hell out. If we go into a bear market, it will be because of Binance. Because Binance is selling that much crypto on the market that they're actually tanking the market. So, but then you have these things coming up right here. The LP free decentralized perps exchange, Level Up, is launching a perp dex that's actually commission. It has no fees, right? No fees to it, right? And you can trade up to 101x on leverage. This is very dangerous situation. Tim Ski, good morning, my brother. How are you? This is very dangerous, right? When people start to do this, and all of the perp decks have this 100 plus x leverage and stuff like that. But now you're getting to the point where these guys are launching these perp decks that are fee free, 100x leverage. They say that they're not going to hit the LP pool, which they probably don't have to, but at some point, this thing's going, there's going to be too much leverage in the market. And that's why they were able to liquidate the cryptocurrency market when they liquidated it before, because of all the leverage. So this as good as this sounds, right? And as good as this, may sound to like I'm a leverage trader, so this sounds great to me, right? I can go over there fee free, right? It sounds absolutely phenomenal, but it doesn't mean just because it sounds good doesn't mean it's not dangerous. Just because it sounds good doesn't mean that it's good for the market, right? Uh Ronald, good morning, good morning, good morning. Just because it's good for me doesn't mean it's good for the market. Just because it sounds good doesn't mean it's good for the market. You know what I mean? And there's gonna be a point in the cryptocurrency market where it's a come to Jesus moment, right? Where people are gonna be like, man, we have too much leverage. Leverage is killing the market right now, and you have to pull back on some of this leverage. And I do think that there's going to be some legislation in a bunch of different countries that say, come on, man, we're not going to do 100x leverage. We're going to run this thing like the stock market. We're not going to do 100x leverage anymore, and it's unhealthy for the market. It's unhealthy for investors. It's unhealthy for the market. So we're going to see. We're going to see for alts this cycle. This cycle has been it's been a disappointment. For alts, this cycle has been a disappointment. It really has. And we'll get into, let's go ahead. Let's pull this chart, right? So we pull this monthly Bitcoin chart, right? So if you pull back, this is the last bull run right here. And this theory of mine has proven to be true every single bull market, right? So you got this bull market right here. You got the channel moving up, and as soon as you mint your first monthly candle outside of this channel, you're in a bear market. This is the bear market that we lived through right here, right? And it's no different. You go over here. This was the bull run back in like 18. It's no different there. It's just a littler bull market because there was less liquidity in the market, right? So you can run this channel up, you fall out of the channel, you go into the bear market, right? So this was the bear market we lived through, right? And this is the current bull market that we're in. This chart goes all the way back to 2023, right? So Bitcoin's been in a bull market since 2023. Yeah, it's been in a constant uptrend since 2023. And you can see that we've touched this line already this month, and it's about 98,000, right? It's about 98,000 at the bottom of this channel, right? So depending on what chart you're looking at, it could be 97, it could be 98. It just kind of depends on where your line is, right? Thank you for the heart me over there on TikTok, but keep smashing that screen, y'all. Keep smashing that screen, because we love you over there, and let's get them likes up. Let's get them likes up. So this chart right here, I mean, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? Like anybody can tell you anything. Oh my God, we're in this. We're gonna go to Valhalla. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. But when you ask somebody to show you, that's where their argument starts to break down, right? Because 9 times out of 10, they can't show you, or if they do show you, they'll show you some, well, we did a deep dive into this, and we think that this is going to connect to this, or we think that this is going to connect to that, or we think this is going to happen. No, I don't give a shit what you think. Show me what's going on, right? So here's what's going on. You know me, I come with receipts, right? And we've been talking about this for a while. And so I got receipts, but you can go back, watch my live. I've been following this for a while. So we're almost at the bottom of this channel. So if Bitcoin mints, it's under 100K right now. We're looking at 99.7 live on stream. Bitcoin just dropped underneath 100K. The bottom's falling out of this some bitch, right? So if we go down into that 98,000, I'll give you the best case scenario. If we mint a monthly candle at 97,000, bull run's over. It's over. The bull run is over. And until this chart right here proves me wrong, which it hasn't for every single bull run, the numbers are the numbers. Don't talk to me about ETFs and the ETF inflows and outflows. Don't talk to me about these trust funds and these funds and all of this stuff that we got going on. They buy all their crypto OTC, so it never shows up on the chart. So that's completely irrelevant to the situation, right? And yes, we have inflows and outflows that come into Bitcoin on a daily basis. With or without the ETFs, you would have inflows and outflows that come in on a daily basis. We just have them now at a higher level, which is why Bitcoin set a new all-time high, 125K. Round it up, round it down, depends on what chart you look at, right? So, and I'm not here to split hairs over a couple $100 because somebody's looking at one chart and somebody's looking at another. That's somebody who has an argument that it won't hold water, right? So here's the deal. You better pay attention to what's going on. And this chart right here tells me what's going on. Tells me that the market's sprung a goddamn leak. And here we are. Under 100K and dropping. Sitting at 99.6 right now. $99,631. It's okay for Bitcoin to wick outside of this channel. That's going to happen. But if you get a monthly close on a candle outside of this channel, it's over. Look at it. Here was your last bull run. You wicked out of this channel a couple times, but the minute that you had that first monthly close outside of that channel, you were in a bear market. Yeah, you had a little pump right here. It pumped up a little bit. Gave people one last opportunity to take their money out of the market. And then, boom, there we go. We're in a bear market. Same thing happened over here with the baby pump. You know, you had a couple candles over here on Bitcoin, bull market here. It printed that first monthly candle outside of that channel, and boom, you were in the bear market. So I don't care what happens with Bitcoin until December 1st. December 1st. If we get a candle minute outside of this channel on December 1st, you'll hear me on here saying that we officially are in the bull market, are in the bear market. It's that simple. It's that cut and dry to me. I got receipts, and I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be right here on December 1st, and I'm going to say, everybody was on here saying, I don't know. Why is everybody talking about the bear market is right around the corner? Oh my God, we haven't had altcoin season yet. They call this the Bitcoin cycle. They don't call this the altcoin cycle. They're two completely different things. Altcoins are ran off of macro and micro sentiment in the market. From the stock market to the crypto market, they're ran off of world events and sentiment in the market. Bitcoin's ran off a 4-year cycle, right? And until that 4-year cycle is invalidated, then it's still on the cycle. Until something happens that invalidates the cycle still stays true. It's math. It's logistics. It is what it is. So it is, and there's been nothing that has invalidated this Bitcoin cycle. Because when you look at the Bitcoin cycle, what did you have? You had a run up into the halving. You had the halving. You had a pullback. You had the ETF launch, what messed the cycle up for just a second. You had an all-time high set a little bit before it should have been. And then you had an immediate pullback down, back down, right, to continually validate the cycle. Then you had a new all-time high set by Bitcoin at 125. split hairs if you want to. You guys can get in and chat and go, oh, no, my God, it was 124.9, 124.7. I don't care. 125, right? And now you're on a downhill from that 125. Is that or is that not the Bitcoin cycle? That is the Bitcoin cycle. That's the halving cycle that we're all used to, that we all have lived through for a while. There's nothing that invalidates that cycle. And Bitcoin's had a nice run in this cycle. When we look at it, it started to come out in 2023. Bitcoin was sitting right here, right around 30,000. Had a nice run up to 120, 128, 125. I mean, it had a beautiful run. So Bitcoin did exactly what Bitcoin was supposed to do. Looks like everyone is looks like everyone's moving to a to a store was created. Yeah, I mean everybody's moving to BTC. You know what I mean? And BTC is safety right now, right? And it's not BTC's fault. It's not the altcoin's fault. It's not cryptocurrency's fault that the world is in a messed up place right now. So your altcoins didn't run, right? Let's say we go into the bear market. Let's play this thing out. Let's say we go into the bear market. Is it a failure of the altcoins that they didn't run the way that you wanted them to run? Because we can pull this up on the same monthly, right? Let's go to the total 3. Because they just may not have ran the way that you wanted them to run, right? So now you're upset, right? I don't want total 4. So now you're upset, right? Now you're mad because they didn't do what you wanted them to do. And that's cool. You're allowed to feel that way. I'm not gonna invalidate your feelings, but we got to look at the numbers. I don't want to be a heartless son of a bitch here, right? So we got the total 3 over here, which is the altcoins, which is sitting at 911. Look at 911. Altcoins are at 911, baby. Somebody please call 911. Ooh, motherfuckers on life support. Somebody call 911. So we're on the monthly, right? We're on the monthly, and we're over here. Let's get to let's just right here, probably. Let's talk about it right here. Let's just talk about it from this perspective right here, right? Let's look at this piece right here, 2024, right? Right there. I got it circled on the chart for you. There's 2024, right? So we looked at Bitcoin from 2023, which was roughly up in here. Altcoins were still going sideways coming out of the bear market, right? Here's 2024. This was your altcoin season right here. This was your run, right? If you were buying down here during the bear market, this was your run right here. This was your altcoin season. This was your run, right? So right up through here was your run, right? So if you didn't take profit during that run, is that your altcoin's fault? It didn't run like you wanted it to. Is that XRP's fault? Is that Hedera's fault? Or is that your fault? Because this was your altcoin season. This was your run right here. The jokers are look at they didn't call 911. They're on 909 right now. The motherfuckers getting their chest pumped. Pump. They're pumping their chest right now. Big watch dudes in the building. What's up? What's up? So, you got to put it into perspective, right? So let's just say that we are in altcoin season. Let's just say that we are in a bear market. We're going to fall into the bear market. You got to look back and go, well, what did I learn in this run, right? That didn't play out the way that I wanted it to, right? What did I learn? Well, what you should have learned is take profit. When you're up, take profit, right? And not all cycles will run according to the way that you want them to run, right? And that's just saying that we're in a bear market. Like we definitely could bounce off of this and make another run, right? But so if you play it out from the perspective of we're going to bounce off of this and make another run, here's the situation that I think that we're in that I think is a win-win either way. I think that we're in a situation where you can have a win-win either way. So let's say you're of the mindset that we're going to bounce off of this and have a run, right? And I'm not going to say that you're wrong because we're still in a bull cycle, right? Then wouldn't it be a good time to buy? Just ask yourself that question. Wouldn't it be a good time to buy, right? And let's say that we're entering into a bear market. Wouldn't it be a good time to start your DCA? So either way you win. You either start, you either buy now because you're expecting a run up. You're expecting us to bounce off of 98,000 or 97,000 and go back up to a new Bitcoin all-time high, right? So it's a good time to buy. Or you think that we're entering into a bear market and it's a good time to start your DCA down into it, right? So you're kind of in a win-win. To win you buy back and hold. Scottish, I don't think we're in a holders market anymore. I think we're in traders market. I think crypto has become a traders market. I think the real money is not made in holding crypto anymore. The real money is made in trading it. Because it's just not what it used to be, right? It's just not there. There's not enough market cap to hold. You make more money trading than you do holding because there's just not enough market cap. I'll give you an example. If you would have just been trading a token like Solana for the past 6 months, you would have made more money trading Solana than you would have holding Solana. You would have made more money trading XRP than holding XRP. This is not a holder's market anymore. So I can say that from experience. I've literally made more money in this market trading this market than I have holding this market. So you're in a trader's market. We're fixing to go to war. There's a lot going on like that you look at and you go from this environment, right? From this environment, this macro environment, right? And micro environment. How is crypto? And here's the thought process that I'm under, and I'm giving you guys my thought process. You guys can call it a FUD Friday all you want, and I'll get a call later, and somebody will say, "Oh my God, you FUDed the whole market today." Yeah, well, if the truth is FUD, then call it what you want, right? Call it what you want. Hold on, let me read what Scottish says. I'm never holding. I'm never holding alts again. I have right now I have four projects in my portfolio that I am actually holding on to. Now I have a ton that I'm trading, but I have four that I'm actually holding on to. Literally four projects that I'm holding on to. That are actually in my wallet. And that's it. That's all I got. Nah, I shouldn't say that. I do have some lower market cap plays that I think could make a run. But that's it. Everything else I'm trading. I mean, look at this market. Look at what we're looking at. We're looking at the hourly here, right? This is the hourly. And let's go back to the chart because men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So let's just keep doing this, right? So let's take XRP for example, right? Oh damn, I'm drawing all over this chart. I don't want to draw. Get off of here. Let's get this. All right. Just oh, I don't want the monthly chart either. Let me get out of here. Let's go to the daily. Let's look at the daily chart. Let me show you my logic of thought, right? I don't want to just tell you because it doesn't make sense, and I'm all over the place here. So, all right. So let's look at this, right? And let me tell you what I mean. Let's say that you bought XRP right there at the low, right? Let's say you bought it right there the last time it went down, right? And it ran up here to this high, right here. You had a 79% gain on your money, right? You had a 79% gain on your money right there, right? Now, let's say you held that and you're still holding that, right? You gave back out of that 79% that you had in your wallet, you had it. You gave back 60% of that. I want you to think about that for a minute. I want you to think about for people that are saying hold. I want you to just think about that for a minute. And we can even get deeper here, right? We can get deeper, right? Let's say you bought right here at 40 cents. And I'll just put this anywhere. We'll put it right here. What price is this? What price are we at here? This is $2.40. Right? Yeah. I want to get this right for you. That's 100. That's pull it up there. Let me get this up there. It's 119% gain, right? So let's take this from where it is now, right? Same spot. So out of that gain that you just had, right here, right to right here, if you held that, you gave back 75% of your gains to the market. I don't know whose math you're working on. I don't know whose math you're working on, but that math doesn't work out in your favor. that math doesn't work out in your favor. Crypto lifer. Yeah, I'm just saying that math doesn't work out in your favor. Like, you know, whereas if you would have traded this, right, you could have traded this all the way up, down, 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 all the way down through, up, down, up, down, up, down. You could have traded it, longed it, shorted, longed it, shorted, longed it, shorted, and ended up with all of them gains, right? I'm just saying it's a trader's market, right? And it's what it's become. It's what it's become. And a lot of it is the amount of leverage that's in the market. We talked about this, right? So that math is broke for people that want to just hold. You don't just hold anymore. We held back in the last bull run. You trade now. But you know, that's just my take on the situation, right? So look at SPX 6900, you know, falling off a cliff like everything else. 60 cents, not too bad. It's actually holding up pretty well. Let's take a look. I'll take a look. My man Ken, Tim, everybody else that's in the chat. Let's look at XCL. Let's see how it's holding up in this market. Let's see how it's holding up in this market. $7.4 million. Took a pullback. Took a haircut. Not bad, but took a haircut. Wednesday it was 10 mil. So it took a haircut. Be careful. If you're in profits, take your profits. So yeah, took a haircut. Hyperswap. I like Hyperswap. I'm big on Hyperswap. I encourage you guys. I'm not going to shill it to you. Just go check out their X page. What they're about to launch as far as futures go might be something that's interesting to you. 559K right now. Not terribly high. But like it. I like what they're doing over there. Will they survive the market? I don't know. We'll see. That's the question with everybody. If that's the question with Bitcoin, and that's the question with Ethereum, and that's the question with Solana, are we in a bull market? Are we in a bear market? It's definitely going to be the question for a lot of your lower market cap projects. Definitely going to be the question. Legend, yeah. My man, the Junior's got his own token, the Legend over there on Solana. Why he didn't launch it on Base, I don't know. That hurt my feelings, but it's on Solana. I love Solana. I had a lot of Solana. I hold Solana. Solana sitting at $151 right now. Definitely on the down. Everything's on the down, man. Everything's on the down. I mean, we don't even need to go through the price action here, guys. Everything's in red. I don't know what else you want me to say. Bitcoin struggling, man. 99,600 right now. It's struggling. Ethereum struggling. $3,221. Struggling. XRP 216. Right now, what we're hoping. Right now, I'll tell you guys what the hope is. Right. I'll tell you guys what everybody should be looking for if you're holding and you're upside down, what you should be looking for right now. Because I try to give you guys my insight for what it's worth, right? Everybody should be hoping that Bitcoin can hold on to $98,000. Everybody should be hoping that Bitcoin can hold on to 98. Ethereum can hold on to 3,000. I know a lot of you guys are in XRP. You better hope that it holds $2. There's a lot of room between the $2 mark and the $1.50 mark that's going to need to be filled, right? And what do I mean by that, right? So here we are. You have a nice support and resistance coming all the way up here to the $2 mark. When you get below this $2 mark, remember XRP went on a hell of a run, right? Hold on, it went on a hell of a run, right? It went on a straight rocket, right? So we got to look at this realistically, right? They're going to come down here and they're going to start filling these gaps, right? They're going to start filling these fair value gaps, right? Is what I call them, right? Usually they come down about halfway and they start filling them, which is about $1.30, $1.40, $1.50, depending on where you want to put that support. But there is no support and resistance levels on the daily, between 50 cents and $2. I mean, yeah, there's microscopic ones, right? We can go in here, we can drill this down to the hour, we can drill this down to the 15-minute. You can say that this is a support resistance level right here at $1. You can say that this is a support and resistance level right here at $1.49. But they're small, right? They're small. And so will they hold, right? And this is why I say $1.50 right here. But just because this is a micro support level right here on the daily, it could hold there, right? And then there's one down here at the $1. But this thing went on a massive run. Remember, we came out of the gate swinging right here, all the way up to $3. If it loses $2, they're going to come down and they're going to start filling these up. They're going to start filling this gap up right here. And this gap has yet to be filled. So you could see, if this thing continues to fall, you could see it at $1.50. Easily you can see it at $1.50. If it does get to $1.50, you better hope that it holds. What do I think about the Solana and Western Union? What do I think about Solana and Western Union? I think it's a small. It's bullish for Solana, but it's not extremely bullish for Solana. I mean, Western Union has been drying up for years, right? I mean, yeah, they're trying to revitalize themselves through blockchain, but really, what do you really need Western Union for anymore? If you're going to utilize blockchain, you're better off just sending stable coins, right? It's bullish for Solana because people know the name Western Union, so they'll be more apt to use it. But when you really get down to what they're using, it may bring a little bit of volume. It's good for Solana. I mean, it's a good name, but I don't see it being a huge deal. When it's all rolled out and it's all said and done, I don't see it being a game changer. I don't know, Junior. When you look at BTC, that's where everybody's putting their money. Walmart loves Western Union. Walmart has their own internal money system. I forget what it's called, but they don't really push Western Union anymore. They have their own. But yeah, no, I mean Western Union was like almost a dried up system. So it's one of them things where, it's maybe they can revitalize themselves. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see. I hope so. I hope it's good for Solana. I hold Solana, so I would love for Solana to pump. I think what's bigger for Solana is the fact that there's a huge influx of stable coins coming to Solana right now. And that's where the liquidity is going to go. The liquidity is coming from real world tokenized assets and stable coins. It's not coming from shit coin. It's stable coins and real world tokenized assets. That's where the liquidity is coming from. And right now, the biggest blockchains that are getting the most money, the most institutional money flowing into them for real world tokenized assets are Ethereum, one, obviously, if you add all the layer twos and stuff on it, Avalanche, and XLM, and Solana. Them are the top four that are getting the most institutional money for real world tokenized assets, are the top four right there. And that's why that's why I'm big on Avalanche, and that's why I'm big on XLM, because that's where the money's going. You know, the money's going to real world tokenized assets. But it's not, you know, they got to roll it out. Like, I can see Ondo, people say, oh, you know, you love Ondo so much. Why? Because I can see it being a top 10 token. Just because of the tokenized treasuries, right? And the trading. Solana's in a great situation right now because they're going to release the X stocks, which I believe are out already, which brings the stock market right over to the Solana blockchain on a token. Aster, right now, you can trade a certain number of stocks 24 hours a day because they tokenized a couple stocks over there, NVIDIA, Tesla, the QQQ, Apple, couple of them over there. You can trade on leverage with Aster. You're going to see more and more of that. But Solana's got X stocks, which I think are going to be huge for them because, like I said earlier, you can't trade on the stock market. You can't trade with 50x leverage, but you can go over there and buy an X stock and trade it with 50x leverage. You know, it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's the same price. So, let's talk about where we are, and then we'll get out of here. So it's closing day. Got my red shirt on. Market's red. Got my red shirt on. Where are we? We're in a situation where we're trying to find the bottom, right? Trying to find a bottom of this market. Still not confirmed or denied whether we're in a bear market or a bull market. By the time it's actually confirmed that if we are in a bear market, by the time that it's confirmed, you're probably going to take a 20 to 40% haircut on all of your crypto before that confirmation comes out. So if you're in profit on anything, you better think about taking your profit. You know, as you can see today, this market's starting to come down, right? Not starting, it's down. There's no starting there. It's there. Bitcoin's under 100K, right? You know, Ethereum's trying to play with 3,100, right? XRP's flirting with $2. You know, BNB's trying to go to 900. And, you know, Solana's flirting with 145, between 145 and 150, right? This is bear market activity. Now, are we in the bear market? I don't know. We'll confirm it or deny it on that monthly candle. But if you wait for that monthly candle to come out, you could take about a 40% haircut. But if you are wanting to add to your bags, well, you're in a unique situation, because if you do add to your bags now and we're still in a bull market, you made one hell of a purchase, right? You made one hell of a purchase, and it could probably yield you a lot of money in the long run, right? If you do buy now because you believe that you're in a bear market, you're buying to DCA, to start your DCA process down, right? That's what you're buying for, right? So either way, you win, right? If and I want you to take a step back, just 2 or 3 months ago, and say to yourself, how many times did you look at Bitcoin and say, man, if it just gets to 100K again, I'm gonna buy? A lot of people said that, and well, here it is. So you either put up or shut up. You either say, You can say it and do it, or you can just say it and talk about it and not do anything, right? So, I know a lot of people who were saying, "Man, I wish Solana would go down to 150." Well, it's here, you know, it's here, and you either are going to take advantage of that and start your DCA process, or take advantage of that and watch for the $400 run up, or you're going to sit on the sidelines and just shut the hell up, you know. And that's kind of where you are, right? Cardano's back down to 50 cents. Me and Selmo were on here when it was at 50 cents, telling everybody, yo, this thing's going to run up. Yeah, it ran up to $1.04. All right. That's a double up, right? That's a double up. That's a 2x. So, for everybody that says that we didn't have an altcoin season, Cardano did a 2x from where it is right now. That's not a bad altcoin season. XRP ran from 30 cents up to over $3. That's 10x. That's not a bad altcoin season. That's it didn't give you what you wanted, but it's a 10x. XRP did a 10x, so think about it. It did a 10x. So everybody will sit here and be like, oh, this altcoin season was terrible, blah blah blah. Really? XRP did 10x. I mean, come on, man. But people want to talk about these privacy tokens, Dash, ZEC, things like that. Well, privacy tokens are pumping, and they pump for one reason and one reason only. It's because people are hiding their money, right? And why are people hiding their money? Because they're getting out of the market. Good morning, Kelcher. Because they're getting out of the market. They're not hiding the money because they're coming in the market. They're hiding their money because they're getting out of the market, right? And they don't want people to know their wallets as they get out of the market, right? So these privacy coins are pumping for that reason and that reason alone. ZEC has been around for a long time, right? It's been around for a long time. So it's not so like it's some new token that pumped and, it just came out and pumped and, it's been here. And now people are utilizing it to get out of the market. So take that for food for thought, right? Take that for food for thought. Believe you me, if there wasn't Kelcher says, good morning, TGIF to everybody. Everybody say hi to Kelcher. It's TGIF for Kelcher. Everybody say hi to her. People getting shaken out. Selma, yeah, I mean, people are getting shaken out, but I think people also understand where this market is, right? And everybody keeps banging on the door for retail to come into the market, right? With what money? With what money? With what money is retail coming, right? I mean, if you believe that people are really struggling buying food, paying rent, stuff like that, which they are, right? Which they are. Credit card debt is at an all-time high. Home ownership is at an all-time low. Food prices have gone up 100% in the past 24 months. Car repos are at their all-time high right now. So retail's coming in with what money? Where are they getting their cash flow? Are they buying eggs or are they buying Bitcoin? Right. So, in my opinion, that's why the altcoins haven't had their run. They haven't had their run because retail. You got to look at the economy as a whole, and it's just not there. It's just not there. You got to be realistic. It's just not there. I mean, we're fortunate, right? Like we're fortunate. We can sit up here, we can talk about it, we can invest a little bit into the market. We're fortunate enough to still be able to, put a little bit in. You know what I mean? Do our thing. 80% of Americans and 80% of people, I don't even want to say Americans, 80% of people around the world aren't in that situation, right? They're just not in that situation. Uh, and so when everybody's waiting for retail to pump the market, I always ask where are they getting their money, right? The last bull run we had was because of all the COVID payments, the unemployment doubled, and people were getting PPE loans or PPL or whatever you call them loans. They were scamming to get all that money, right? And then people were getting tons of food stamps. People were getting tons of incentives. People were getting just money, stimulus checks, right? People had more. You had people out here on the block, out hanging out on the street that once were driving a Chevy. Now all of a sudden they're driving a Mercedes Benz, but they don't, their job never changed, right? PPP. Yeah. Their job never changed, right? Their financial status never changed. So I call that the government bull run. They injected so much liquidity. These countries were injecting so much liquidity into the stock market that people had so much money that they could just invest. And that's not the case right now. And it won't be the case, you know. So that money's not coming. And there's nothing that pisses me off more. And I'm going on my Friday rant right now. And then we're going to get out of here. There's nothing that pisses me off more than when I turn on YouTube or I turn on TikTok or I'm reading through X and I'm watching these people that are supposed to be out here saying, sitting in front of these cameras saying, hey guys, look, this is what I see is going on, right? Literally sitting there lying to you, telling you that retail investment is coming and it's going to come and you just got to hold on to your crypto and you got to wait for retail to come. I don't know if these guys are living in Delulu land or if they just aren't educated enough to know what's coming or see what's coming or see what's out there in the world, or if they're living in Delulu land or what. Because retail, like Juju said, retail's broke, right? So like I don't know. I look at these guys and now I'm questioning who you are. Even somebody, there's people that I've listened to for years, right? And I'm listening to what they're saying now, and I'm like, you literally have to be in delusional land to be out here telling people this. Literally. Have you not been to the grocery store? Have you not tried to buy a car? Have you not tried to buy a house? Have you not talked to people that are living out here in the free world? Are you just or are you just selling people a bill of goods right now because it sounds good to you and looks good for your bag, right? You need people to hold so that your bag looks better so you can dump on top of them. And that's what I think is really going on out here. That's what I think is really going on, right? That's what I think people are really doing. And it really pisses me off when I hear that because, and that's why I always say to you guys, always ask these people who say that, show you the evidence, show you the proof, show you something. I got receipts. I come here, I pull up the chart, I pull up the tunnel, I say, here it is, here's my belief, here's what I believe is going to happen. Agree with me or disagree with me, but I got receipts. And I hear a lot of these guys out here saying this, and they don't even, and women, not just guys, but guys and women out here saying this, and they don't have any receipts. They have zero receipts, or they'll say, "Well, I believe that this is going to happen." Nobody gives a shit what you believe. What does the chart say? And how can you back up what you're saying to be true? Nobody cares what you believe. Nobody cares how you did a deep dive and you connected 4 dots that none of them will connect together at the end of the day, because you have this whole big financial system that is you're completely wrong about how it's going to unfold. But you've done a deep dive and you connected 15 dots that don't even connect together to make a circle, but you're out here playing in Delulu land. It's starting to really upset me, and I'm probably, at some point, if people don't get out of Delulu land, we'll probably have a video where, once all this unfolds, we start cutting and pasting the people that were in Delulu land and what they were saying and what actually happened, and like why are people living in Delulu land over here? It's but people are broke. People are broke out here. And I'm telling you guys right now, like, take your profits if you're in profits, because literally you just took another 2, 3, 4% haircut overnight. Why you keep taking haircuts? If you're in profit, take your profit. Hey Ken, send me your TG handle. Go to my X, message me on X your TG handle. But why are we living in Delulu land? Why are we acting like we don't know what's going on out here? Why are we acting like we can't see what's going on out here? Why are some of these people that get on these apps or get in these platforms act like they don't see what's going on? Why is that a thing? Well, and why is that okay? And why are you guys not calling these guys out? I don't get it. I don't understand. I just don't understand. I just don't understand it. In the next fucking person that gets on this platform and tells me that XRP is going to $100 in 2026, I'm gonna jump through the screen and bitch slap them. Seriously. Because where the hell is that money coming from? Seriously. Where is it coming from? And it frustrates me because some of you guys really believe this bullshit. I'm telling you, some of you guys really believe this bullshit. And yeah, I'm going on. It's Friday, so I'm going on a rant, and we're gonna go on a rant. Big Watch is laughing at me because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Big Watch knows exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm done with it. Or people that get on here and tell you that Bitcoin's gonna go to 200K in 2026. Where? 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 Where do you see that happening? Pull up a chart right now and you tell me where you see that happening. Where do you see that happening? Pull up a chart. Don't tell me what you think. I don't care what you think. Pull up a chart. Show me where that's going to happen. They can't do it. They can't do it. They'll point to you and they'll say, well, these guys have a partnership with these guys, and these guys are going to do this with these guys, and these guys are going to do this with this guy, and this guy's going to do. That's all irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Pull up on a chart and show me where that's going to happen. Or these guys just opened up a Bitcoin trust, and they're going to invest $3.5 million into Bitcoin. Really? Do you think that they're buying that $3.5 million on the chart? No. So does it affect your money? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It doesn't affect you as a retail investor one bit. Not one bit does it affect you, because that money will never show up on the chart. But it's newsworthy, it's headlines worthy, it's YouTube worthy. We'll put a video out about it. Hell, I'll put it on my TikTok. I'll post about it. People love to hear it. People love to see it, but it's not going to affect your pocket one bit. Because if that was the case, XRP has 50 million fucking partnerships out there that are all supposed to be working together to make this thing run like crazy. Why is it down to $2.15? Think about it for a minute. Just I'm leaving that with you, and I'll get a strike, and they'll take the video down, and they'll unmonetize the video. I don't care. Just stop and think about what people are saying to you. Stop. It's your money, and you work hard for your money. So before you go to Delulu land, stop and think about what you're doing with your money. Just stop and take a deep breath before you go hang out in Delulu land, and think about it and say, does this make sense? Does what this person telling me right now make sense? Does this make sense? And even though it may make sense over here, do I see it on a chart over here? Because the only way you're going to make money is if you see it on the chart. If you see it actually making price go up, right? And if price doesn't go up, you don't make no money. So it's completely irrelevant to you. So quit living in Delulu land. I'll leave you guys with that on Friday. There's my rant for Friday. Make it make sense. Somebody just make it make sense to me. Just make it make sense. Make it make sense. And the problem when you ask that is that they can't make it make sense, because it doesn't make sense. So, all right, guys, with that, I'm out of here. You guys have a phenomenal weekend. Watch your pockets. Bitcoin's back up above 100,000. So it looks like it wants to bounce, which is a great thing. Watch that $98,000 price point. It's a big one. So there you go. There's my rant on everybody. All right. You guys have a good one. We'll be back at you guys on Monday. Peace. We out.